Now this is, as I have told you, okay, this is one of my favorite topic, right? Presentation of share capital and balance sheet. How it is to be shown? तो ये आपका बैलेंस शीट ये रहा. बैलेंस शीट का फॉर्मेट ये फिक्स है, आपको इसी तरह से ही मेंटेन करना है. पर्टिकुलर्स, नोट नंबर, current year and then previous year. The first head can be seen as equity and liabilities, ठीक है, and then shareholders fund. In shareholders fund, share capital, okay. Because I'm going to have just one note, तो note number one for share capital, ठीक है. तो ये जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो तो फिक्स है. आप देखोगे तो मैंने हर सम के लिए ये फॉर्मेट बना के रखा हुआ है. मतलब आपको जब भी प्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ शेयर कैपिटल आता है तो यू नीड टू हैव दिस फॉर्मेट विथ यू, ओके. बैलेंस शीट, note number, particulars, note number, current year, previous year, equity and liabilities, shareholders funds, share capital. ये ना format fix है. So this is what is the answer basically. Examiner will be looking for this कि यहाँ पे जो amounts लिखना है वो कैसे आता है. तो for that purpose we need to prepare notes to accounts. Notes to accounts may be like we have particulars, details and amount. 3 columns are there. Particulars column, we start the share capital. Number one, because we have given number one over here for note number as one for share capital. So we have to give number one for share capital over here. In notes to accounts, what are we supposed to show? We are supposed to show the share capital. This is better. Okay, so this is what is the answer required. Okay, so share capital में सबसे पहले authorized capital. Authorized capital, we know like this is a maximum amount of the capital that can be raised by the company throughout its lifespan. Okay, so what are the amount will be there for authorized capital? We will be showing it over here in the amount column, but this amount will not be taken into consideration for the total of share capital right now. Issued capital, out of authorized capital, जितना भी हमने shares issue किया होगा market में, that will be the issued capital. Again, what are the details are there for the issued capital? I need to mention that. Okay, the details in particulars column and the amount in amount column. But again, important thing is I need not to take into consideration this amount of issued capital for writing this over here in the balance sheet. So authorized and issued ka, I need to write the details, but the amount will not be considered. Subscribed capital, the most important one. Subscribed capital mein you can see there there are two categories, subscribed and fully paid, and second is subscribed but not fully paid. Now how do you categorize the amount over here? अब ये जो part है ना वही important part है, ये बहुत ध्यान से समझना है, because ये sum अगर अच्छे से आता है किसी बच्चे को तो on the condition कि this part is clear to a child, because writing authorized and issued is very simple. Class 5 के बच्चे को बुला के बोल दो कि ये ऐसा लिखना है तो लिख देगा. Authorized and issued, not an issue. But subscribed capital is the most important part of this particular topic. What is subscribed capital? We all know that ki out of the whenever the company issues the shares and whatever the company has received from the shareholders, from the applicants, so that is basically the subscribed capital. अब subscribed capital में भी क्या होगा कि fully paid up. Subscribed and fully paid up is the first category. Now उसमें कैसे लिखोगे आप? तो there are two conditions. बहुत ध्यान से सुनना and if possible write it somewhere. There are two conditions to be fulfilled for the amount to be categorized under this particular head, subscribed and fully paid. First condition is it should be fully called. It should be fully called. मतलब जो नॉमिनल वैल्यू है, जो फेस वैल्यू है 10 रुपी का शेयर है, कंपनी मस्ट हैव कॉल्ड 10 रुपीज. कोई आगे पीछे सोचना नहीं है. 10 रुपी का शेयर है, कंपनी ने 10 कॉल किया है, हाँ, तो दैट इज अ फर्स्ट कंडीशन फुलफिल्ड. सेकेंड इज द अमाउंट कॉल्ड हैज बीन रिसीव्ड बाय द कंपनी. कंपनी ने कितना कॉल किया? फुल नॉमिनल वैल्यू, फेस वैल्यू 10 रुपीज. फुल वैल्यू रिसीव हुआ, 10 रुपीज मिल गया, हाँ मिल गया. तो ये दो कंडीशंस हैं. If these conditions are fulfilled, then and then only the amount has to be categorized under this head, that is subscribed and fully paid. I want someone to repeat these two conditions, please. Yes, anyone? अभी दो कंडीशंस
It
बताया
sh-
मैंने.
yes, sir.
Yes, please.
It should be fully called first, and second, amount that has been called should be received by the company.
That's great. अब fully called का मतलब बच्चे पूछते हैं कि सर अगर company has called 8 rupees and company has received 8 rupees, then will it be categorized under fully paid up? The answer is no. My question, my explanation was very clear. Fully called, क्या यूज किया मैंने? फेस वैल्यू, द नॉमिनल वैल्यू. कितना नॉमिनल वैल्यू है? 10 rupees. 10 rupee called, 10 rupee received, yes, fully paid up. 8 called, 8 received, no. 9 called, 9 received, no. It has to be 10 only. It has to be fully called, it has to be fully received by the company. Then and then only the amount will be categorized under this head, that is subscribed and fully paid. अब मतलब क्लियर हो गया. जो फुली पेडअप में नहीं है वो नॉट फुली पेडअप में आएगा. ओके. फॉर एग्जांपल 8 कॉल्ड 8 रिसीव्ड, तो नॉट फुली पेड अप. 10 कॉल्ड 8 रिसीव्ड, नॉट फुली पेड अप. ठीक है. कई बार ऐसा होगा जब हम सम्स करेंगे, टोटल 1 लाख शेयर्स हैं, 1 लाख में से मोहन के पास 2000 शेयर्स हैं, एंड ऑन दोस 2000 शेयर्स मोहन हैज नॉट पेड द फाइनल कॉल ऑफ 2 rupees पर शेयर. हमने देखा है ना फॉर फीचर, देखा है. तो दैट इज अ पॉइंट. ओके. कॉल्ड ऑन 1 लाख शेयर्स, लेकिन उसमें से 2000 शेयर्स का पैसा नहीं मिला. 98 तो फुली पेड अप है, तो 98 जाएगा फुली पेड अप में, 2000 आएगा नॉट फुली पेड अप में. करेक्ट. बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. अब इसके बाद क्या करना है, ये समझ में आ गया कैटेगराइज. ठीक है. अब कुछ ऐड करना है और कुछ डिडक्ट करना है. व्हाट इज टू बी एडेड, व्हाट इज टू बी डिडक्टेड? तो लेस करेंगे हम लोग कॉल्स इन एरियर्स. आपको याद होना चाहिए कि लाइक फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स जो हमने चैप्टर स्टार्ट किया था इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल, इन दैट चैप्टर आई हैव टोल्ड यू कि वेयर डू वी शो कॉल्स इन एरियर्स. तो कॉल्स इन एरियर्स इज शोन बाय वे ऑफ डिडक्शन इन नोट्स टू अकाउंट्स टू शेयर कैपिटल. बाकी कॉल्स इन एरियर्स इज नॉट शोन इन बैलेंस शीट एनीवेयर एल्स, कहीं नहीं आता. करेक्ट. इन द सेम वे फॉर फीचर अकाउंट, शेयर फॉरफीटेड अकाउंट, वो कहाँ जाएगा? तो शेयर फॉरफीटेड अकाउंट नीड्स टू बी एडेड ओवर हियर. ये जो आप देख रहे हो आफ्टर सब्सक्राइब्ड एंड फुली पेड कैपिटल में नॉट फुली पेड अप भी है, एंड यहाँ पर आके मैंने ऐड करा हुआ है. तो दिस इज एडिशन फॉर फीचर. ओके. सो two important points are there. One is to know something about these two amounts, which amount will be categorized under subscribed and fully paid up, and which amount will be categorized under not fully paid. And then the forfeiture and the call scenarios. वो कब आएगा? Let us go through the sums and understand it. Let us read the question and try to complete the sum. Moti Limited has an authorized capital of rupees 5 lakh divided into equity shares of 10 each. ठीक है. अब my habit is एक statement पढ़ा, अगर कहीं लिख सकते हैं तो लिख दो. Authorized capital is rupees 5 lakh divided into equity shares of 10 each. तो divide करेंगे 10 से, we'll get 50,000 shares. So let me write this 50,000 shares over here. 50,000. Acha, you can mention this equity shares, okay, of rupees 10 each. 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, and the amount has to come to rupees 5 lakh over here. Okay, this 5 lakh is there, and why this? I'm not able to put the double line over here, but you need to put a double line over there with, below this amount of 5 lakh, indicating that this amount is not to be counted in the total for the amount of share capital to be shown in the balance sheet. Okay, next. The company offered for public subscription shares of rupees 3 lakh. The company offered, but the company has issued these many shares. Kitna? 3 lakh rupees. Now rupees 3 lakh again divide by 10, it comes to 30,000. So let me write over here 30,000 shares, 30,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. Okay, the amount is rupees 3 lakh, again with double line. Please take care, right? That's why I told you, like, to write this authorized and issued is not a big deal. It's very easy. Just read the statement, write it over there. How much is authorized capital? Put the amount over there. Issued, write the amount over there. That's all. But now the important thing will start. The issue was fully subscribed. That's fine. Okay. The amount payable on shares were rupees 3 on application, rupees 3 on allotment, the balance in two calls of rupees 10 each. Okay, so I'm sure like you remember this application allotment, first call, second call without priority allotment. 3322 is the call. Okay, that's fine. A shareholder holding 200 shares failed to pay the allotment in the share first call. Mr. X, नाम नहीं दिया, तो I have assumed Mr. X 200 shares failed to pay the allotment and the share first call, and his shares were forfeited. So failed to pay the allotment. So application must have been paid. 200 into 3 is 600, and allotment is unpaid. So 200 into 3 is 600, and first call is unpaid. So 200 into 2 is 400. Okay. So these two amounts are not paid by the shareholder. I'll just assume Mr. X over here, right? And after that, his shares were forfeited. तो forfeiture हो गया तो इसको block कर दो ताकि ये आपको remind करवाता रहेगा. This is simple calculation what we have done in share capital जो normal sum से हमारे पास. Okay, I'm sure like you have understood this part at least. यहाँ तक ये statement पढ़ा हमने. A shareholder holding 200 shares failed to pay allotment and share first call. So this working has been done. His shares were forfeited. Fine. The company did not make the final call. Now this is very important statement. That's why इसको highlight करके रखा हुआ है. Show how the share capital will be shown in the balance sheet of the company, including notes to accounts. Yes. Now you please reply. कैसे करेंगे? Do you feel like any amount has to be shown under this head, subscribed and fully paid? If yes, why? If no, why? Okay. I want you to recollect those two conditions for subscribed and fully paid.
Will not write any amount there.
Will not write any amount there. That's very correct. Why?
Because the company has not called up the full value.
That's very correct. That's very correct. Company did not, इसीलिए मैंने इसको highlight करके रखा हुआ है. Company did not make the final call. Final call 2 rupees call ही नहीं कर रहा है. अगर call नहीं कर रहा है तो that means it is not fully called. ये call नहीं कर रहा. तो call is just rupees 8. अगर 8 called है तो fully paid up होने का तो सवाल ही नहीं होता. भले paid या not paid की तो बात ही नहीं है. So no amount over here for subscribed and fully paid. ठीक है, no amount. Now subscribed but not fully paid. Okay, तो इसमें कैसे लिखेंगे? Now point is how many shares were there? Issue was fully subscribed. 30,000 shares were there. Okay, so let me write 30,000 shares. 30,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. अब 10 का है, लेकिन how much has been called? Rupees 8 called, right? 30,000 equity shares of 10 each, rupees 10 each, but rupees 8 has been called. Now, most important thing over here, if this statement was not there, ये वाला जो statement है, I just delete it. ठीक है, his shares were forfeited. अगर ये नहीं होता तो we were supposed to write 30,000 shares over there. Okay, and less over here, less Colson areas. ठीक है, Colson areas can be seen as 600 plus 400, right? That is 1,000. ठीक है, तो amount लिखते कैसे? तो 30,000 into 8, that could have been 2,40,000, correct? And then from there, I will deduct Colson areas. Colson areas is rupees 1,000. Okay, so this could have been deducted. And the net amount could have been in the outer column, that is 2,39,000. ठीक है, ये होता कब? अगर shares forfeit नहीं होते हैं तो. This is the most important point after subscribed capital. The second important point, if some amount is in arrears, so that amount needs to be deducted from here itself. Total 30,000 shares are there with the public. ठीक है, out of that some amount has not been received, 1,000 nahi mila, to 239. Correct? This can be the answer. इसका आप screenshot ले लो आप. फिर मैं change करके बता रहा हूँ. As per the question, what answer I need. I have removed that one statement from here. That is, his shares were forfeited. I want to get back to the question now. Done? Those were interested. Okay. Now let me undo the things. If the shares are not forfeited, this will be the answer. But if the shares are forfeited, then what? Because we know, like when the shares are forfeited, Colson Arias account is closed, right? ये रहा आपका forfeited वाला statement. Now this is also important statement for me, इसीलिए उसको underline करके रखा हुआ है. His shares were forfeited. Now again I repeat my words because when the shares are forfeited, Colson Arias account gets closed. So there is no possibility of Colson Arias over here. But point is this 30,000 shares also will not be there because public के पास कितने shares रह गए हमको वो सोचना है. Out of 30,000 shares, 200 shares we forfeit. So the number of shares with the public left out is 29,800 shares. Okay, I need to write these many shares. These only, in fact, 200 shares. So मैंने forfeit करनी हो तो company के पास है. So 29,800 shares of 10 each rupees 8 called. 29,800 into 8, 2,38,400. Now over here, what I'm supposed to do now? मुझे पता है कि मैंने shares forfeit करे हैं. So I need to add over here share forfeited account. And what I'm supposed to write over here, the amount which has been paid by the shareholder, right? Paid is 600. So let me write 600 over here. Okay. And the total amount comes to 2,39,000. So this is the final amount to be shown in the balance sheet over here. 2,39,000, and then we are done with the sum. ठीक है. So दो चीजें यहाँ पे याद रखनी है. Let me repeat. ठीक है. First is for subscribed and fully paid. Okay, तो वहाँ पे दो conditions थे. क्या conditions थे? कि it has to be fully called. 10 रुपये का share है. 10 रुपये call होना चाहिए. And second is the amount called has been paid by the shareholders or received by the company. 10 का 10 receive होना चाहिए. Then only the amount will be categorized under this head, that is subscribed and fully paid. I already have highlighted over here. The company did not make the final call. जब final call हुआ ही नहीं तो fully paid up होने का तो सवाल ही नहीं होता. So no amount shall be categorized under this head. Okay, ये एक चीज थी. Second is over here subscribed but not fully paid up. यहाँ पे कैसे show करना है? यहाँ पर ही पूरी कलाकारी है. Okay, यहाँ पर ही मतलब वो बच्चे mistake करते हैं. Okay, so total 30,000 shares were there. Out of 30,000 shares, 200 shares company has forfeited. Now, if company has forfeited 200 shares, so how many shares are left out to the public? That is 29,800 shares. 29,800, right? Of rupees 10 each, 8 called, to multiply the amount 238,400. And because we know the shares are forfeited, now once the shares are forfeited, we need to focus on forfeiture account only, not calls in areas. इसलिए मैंने ये exactly जो sum का requirement है मैंने वो बाद में किया. पहले आपको क्या बताया? What if the shares are not forfeited? So we need to show calls in areas. So you have to remember step by step. Calls in areas है तो calls in areas. अगर share forfeit हो गया तो forfeiture आएगा, calls in areas नहीं आएगा. Please remember, correct? And forfeiture we know like we write the amount which has been paid, correct? We have variety of sums. 7, 8 sums are there. We'll do all these sums over here.